Hi, it's Laura. So this is supposed to be a what sold on what not video. And, you know, once again, I'm back to this like weird, non-existent kind of show. I sold a total of 5 items for $55 before fees. Didn't even figure out what that's going to be after fees. Probably like 40 to 45, somewhere in there, right? Crappy. It's going to be crap. So out of the 5 items that I sold, 3 of them were pre-bids, which seemed very encouraging. By the time I started, I had about 20 people bookmark the show, and 3 items had bids on them already, which usually seems to be like a nice indicator for how things will go. And today it was lies. It was all lies. Obviously, those 3 things sold, 2 other things sold, but my gosh, it was so just slow. Um, I always try to figure out what the reason was. Did I not have things loaded up enough in advance? Is it the not really a holiday weekend at this point? Um, is it because I didn't use lights and I tried to use sunlight and it was too dark to see? Is it because I started 4 minutes late? Like I try to think of, oh, what are the reasons? I don't know that there necessarily are reasons. Do you know what I mean? Or at least not reasons that I have a whole bunch of control over. Like, yeah, I think if I had a giant warehouse full of stuff and I, could show. I think if I was a totally different type of business, I would maybe have different results. But based on the business that I am in today's moment in time, I don't know how much control I really have over stuff. I do think loading things up in advance helps. However, that's not always feasible for me. So do my best. Last week's show was great, so I'm very encouraged about that. I had like a couple crappy shows, then a decent show, then a great show. Now I'm back to like a crappy show. I have a raid train scheduled on Saturday with a great theme. So I'm going to be working on that all day tomorrow for sure, probably a decent part of today. And hopefully that will do well. Um, and then, I still have my menswear show that I've like pushed forward a little bit. Um, we'll see. We're gonna see how it goes. So let me tell you about the stuff I sold for today. First is this really cute sundress that I'm glad sold. I can't remember. I think this came from the Facebook Marketplace um, pickup lot that I did, but just a really cute little, strappy sundress. This sold for $15. Um, it's adorable. So I'm happy about that. Cute little dress. This is Whatnot has stopped identifying which buyers are new versus return repeat customers, at least in the shipping panel. I think there's other ways to recognize it. I do now keep the data in a spreadsheet from each show, and it does tell me there like how many new buyers there were. I think that all of my buyers today were new. I'm not positive. I want to lint roll this thing just to make sure um, that it's okay. It's one of those kind of fabrics that just picks up lint very easily. So rather than second guess myself, let me just take care of it. Um, so anyway, yeah, I don't know, but it's okay. I was so stressed about this week. Um, I know I've talked about it in a video. I originally had my men's show scheduled for last night at 9 p.m., but I ended up moving it because between the men's show, today's show, and then the raid train for Saturday, it was too much. I was losing my mind. So I still have the men's show coming up that's got a good amount of stuff in it that will be very prepared in advance. I've been promoting it during my shows. We'll see how that does. I don't know if it'll do well. I think that it's a difficult category, um, especially because I'm not in it. And I think it's a difficult category because men's vintage, they don't differentiate between like the kind of Y2K vintage versus the what we call true vintage. The women's category does differentiate, the men's does not. So I think that when people go to the men's vintage category, it's very dominated by like all the Y2K t-shirt bros. And so I don't know how many people are in there just doing regular men's vintage where they're just going to stroll across you casually. Like I think that for a lot of that business comes from people and their existing followings being, I don't know. I think that my women's vintage crowd is going to be looking for that stuff more than the men's vintage randos that don't already follow me, you know. So we'll see how it goes. My second item that sold is this cute little t-shirt. I got this from my local thrift guy. And this sold for $10. It's adorable. So I think that all of my customers, all three of my customers today were new to me. I don't recognize the names, but that doesn't really mean anything. I don't always. It takes me a little while. Somebody has to be like really pretty consistently regular for me to recognize them. So I want to fold this cuter. Hold on. I got to fold it so that the little bear is showing in a really cute way. Well, all right. The Love Me Tender shows at least. A little bear, a little bit less, but that's okay. Got him wrapped up. I do have 2 eBay items going out today, so that's nice. One of which, it's so funny. I like just a Vanity Fair slip, like an orange half slip that I had. I tried to take modeled photos of it, and I just didn't really like them. But I had like 4, like, you know, front, back, side kind of modeled photos of the slip. And then I wanted to take regular photos on the mannequin. I had the draft all written up, and I kept like putting it off. And I finally, the other day, went and took the mannequin photos while I was doing photos for this Whatnot show. And then I just posted the item, right? And literally the same day the item sold. We're at the end of May right now. It's like May 29th when the item sold. I took the modeled photos for that stupid thing in January. Had the draft written before I took I mean, it's like, what is wrong with me? Okay. Such ridiculous procrastination for what? For no reason. Thing sold the day I listed it. What am I missing here? Oh, I put these back in the wrong spot. Why did I feel like these didn't sell? Okay, I guess they did. Anyway, I think I just put them back without thinking. The last customer that I had purchased 3 items. These were all pre-bids. First is this little pair of like track shorts. They sold for $5. I got those also from the Facebook Marketplace estate sale. They have a couple little spots on them. These actually, the buyer had put the bid in before I even had the photos listed, which I thought was nuts, but I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do? Those sold for $5. The second item were these pants. These are like stretchy. I feel like these are a vintage men's swimwear kind of thing because it's got this weird panel in the front, but like what men are wearing, I don't know. I guess it was a thing. Anyway, these sold for, I think, 10. Let's see. I don't remember where I got them. I got them in some sort of lot of something. I don't know if it was an estate sale. I don't think it was the Facebook Marketplace. I think I got it at an estate sale, but I don't know at this point. Cute. And the last thing, this was also the Facebook Marketplace pickup, was this Batman sweatshirt. It's a kid's sweatshirt, but it's so great on a women's size small. I really like it. I almost kept it, but like I don't care about Batman. I was like, I feel like it's sort of making a statement that I don't need to be making. So that sold for $15. I was kind of disappointed because I really thought it would sell for more, but I was basing that. I mean, I think if I listed it on Etsy, obviously I would have sold it for more, but I was also basing that on a kids show I did a while back. I had one kids show that did really well, and it had some like 70s and 80s like Batman and Star Trek stuff in it, like kids t-shirts and sweatshirts, and those sold really well. But that was also a kids themed show, so I just, you know, maybe it was just weird for me to stick this in a women's show, but that's fine. I got it in a lot of clothing. I'm going to, you know, I mean, it's the lot's paying for itself, so that's cool. So I'm happy about that. But that's it. That's my little, that's my day. That's my little sale. I did have a couple of really nice sales over the past few days on eBay and Etsy, so that helps make up for some stuff. I sold a pair of jeans for around $100 that are going to Canada. I sold a cabana set, like a Hawaiian print shirt and shorts for like 140 bucks. It's going to Australia, so some fun international sales. So I do make money on other other platforms. I know it's not always super impressive, even when I have a really great whatnot show. Everything is very low dollar, and it's just a different way to make some money. So I've been happy with the my external, my not whatnot sales. Just this week's whatnot sale, I'm happy. But let's see how Saturday does. I'm gonna work hard on making that epic and amazing and hopefully lucrative. And we're gonna see what happens with that. So that's it, my tiny little video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I don't know what there was to enjoy. Did you enjoy the sadness of my lack of sales? Anyway, I appreciate you watching this. I'll see you again soon. All right, I just had to add in, as soon as I was done recording my video, I looked at my phone and I made an Etsy sale for $100 for a military style jacket. So yay! Etsy is making up for my whatnot a little bit today. I just wanted to share that with you so that maybe you would feel a little bit less depressed for me. All right, thanks.